I want to call the December 18, 2017 Daviess County Fiscal Court meeting to order, please. If you would, bow your heads. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for all the gifts that we receive from you. We ask that you watch over the men and women who serve in our armed forces, as well as all emergency responders. I ask for wisdom and understanding for this court. Grant us humility in our everyday life and give us the courage to make right decisions for our Daviess County community. Here during this Christmas season, we also ask that you watch over all the citizens in our community and grant them happiness and peace and time to be with their families. We ask all these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Once again, I want to welcome everyone to our December 18th meeting. I started opening it and say I wanted to welcome everyone to the Daviess County Fat Court meeting because you should have seen these guys eat back here during the lunchtime. But in deference to Commissioner Caslin, Commissioner Wathen, and Commissioner Coger, I didn't. So, are you ready, Terry?
Yes, sir. Okay. Number one, consideration for approval. A, minutes of the December 7th, 2017 court meeting.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion second. Commissioners have all had a copy of the minutes in your possession for some time. Any additions, deletions, or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
B, all claims for all departments.
Motion approved. Second.
Again, I have a motion and second. Commissioners, you have a copy of all the bills due and payable by Daviess County Fiscal Court, or all those claims. Any questions of the treasurer? Mr. Treasurer, I have a couple, if you would, on the convention center, the payment of $1.593 million. Can you explain to us what that is?
That is there's a principal payment that we make annually. I think the principal total was about $1,315,000. The interest rate that went, or the interest payment that went with that, was about $250,000 minus a $77 credit. Then, if you remember, we borrowed $980,000 for a different rebate. The interest on that was about $28,050.
Okay, so this is a yearly debt service, or is it every 6 months?
We make two payments a year, but the second one's interest only. This one includes the principal, and we only make it annually.
Okay, and I'm trying to remember, we have how many years left on that bond? That was originally $20 million, issued in 2009 or 10, and we refinanced it.
We knocked 6 years off. It'll be a couple more. It's going to run through 2023-ish.
Okay, 2020, roughly. Unless we accumulate, I mean, once we accumulate enough money to pay this bond off, then we can take the insurance tax off.
That's correct.
Okay. One other item is the tourist tax. Can you kind of give me a rundown on that?
Each month we transfer out the three pieces of the tourist tax. This is the total 6%. So within that 3%, or about $59,000, would go to the Tourist Commission. 2%, or about $40,000, would go to the bond payment fund, and then the 1%, which would be about $20,000, would go to the operation of the convention center.
Okay, so that's the total intake of the tourist tax, and then we're just showing it as a pass-through.
Yes.
Okay. Any other question or comment? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
C, Resolution 25, 2017, and agreement regarding bridge design on 4 projects in Daviess County, rural secondary program funds.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion second. Mr. Brasher.
Yes, Judge. We have been saving up a couple of years of what's called our 80-20 Bridge Fund. It's a state program where they pay 80%. We'll pay 20% up to $100,000 for the total project cost. So we've got 3 years of that. What I've proposed is to design 4 structures in Daviess County. Once we have the design complete and we have an estimate on the construction, we would modify this agreement to actually replace these 4 structures. The structures are as follows. Pence Road. There is a wooden bridge structure there we would like to replace. Jackson Road North, Ladane Bridge Road South, and Drury Road. I recommend approval.
So we're gonna put up 60,000, the state will put up 240,000, up to that amount.
Up to that amount, we believe that we can replace one, if not two, of these structures with pipes.
Okay.
But this cost represents the design only for these structures.
Okay. Question or comment, commissioners? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
2, consideration for appointment, A, David Smith to the MidAmerica Development Review Board.
You have a D.
I'm
That's okay.
sorry. D, Surety bond release for Woodland Ridge Subdivision, Unit Number 6.
Motion approved. Second.
I have a motion second. Mr. Brasher.
Yes, Judge. Excuse me. We have reviewed this request, and and the improvements have been installed correctly. I recommend approval.
Any question or comment? Just on a side note, Mr. Brasher, the other night, watching the OMBC meeting, they brought before the unit pricing that the contractors, engineers, and everyone had agreed on for the upcoming year. Did you, were you okay with those prices?
Yes, I participated in that meeting.
Okay. Any other question or comment? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Okay, now we're ready for number 2, consideration for appointment, A, David Smith to the MidAmerica Development Review Board, term 12/31/2017, to continue as directed.
Move to approve.
Second. I have a motion second. Commissioners, Ross Leigh has served a couple of terms, and it's my intention that David Smith replace Ross until we don't want David there anymore. Any question or comment? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
B, George Wathen to the DC Drainage Commission, term 12/31/2017 to 12/31/2020.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion second. Commissioner Wathen, thank you for serving on the Drainage Commission. Hasn't been too active this year since we found out it was going to cost $1 gazillion to do anything regarding drainage, and it wasn't going to accomplish a whole lot, but it meant a lot to this court for you to keep us involved and appraised of what's going on, and I'm certain that the other members of the Drainage Commission, it was satisfying to see how the interest that you took in it. So if there's no other question or comment, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
C, Sim Davenport to the Green River Area Council on Aging, term 12/31/2017 to 12/31/2020.
Motion approved. Second.
I have a motion and second. Commissioners, Mattie Jones served 4 terms on this commission, did an excellent job for us on the Council on Aging. Sim Davenport I thought was a natural, since he has served on the Elizabeth Mundy Center Board and was the chair of that board for some time, and Sally graciously agreed to share Sim with us. Any question or comment? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
D, Manuel Ball to the OMPC, term 12/31/2017 to 12/31/2021.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion second. Commissioners, Manuel has served a partial term, as it says here. I had the opportunity to watch him in action last Thursday night. I'm not quite sure why we've decided to reappoint him, but I guess that I'm going to be okay with this. Mark, I hope that you tell Manuel exactly what I said. Any question or comment? And to be honest, Manuel does an excellent job, because Manuel worked there. He understands what planning and zoning's job is, and he understands the codes, and he now works for a general contractor. So we're very pleased and proud to have him agree to serve another term. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
E, Helen Mountjoy to the Grad Board, term 12/31/2017 to 12/31/2020.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion and second. Commissioners, this is a tri-appointee, meaning the city and the county, and I can't remember who the other entity is that has agreed to her appointment. Cindy Fiorella has served 3 terms, did an excellent job, and it's really nice to see the old girl, Helen Mountjoy, come back and serve her community once again. And I hope somebody does tell her I call her old girl. Any question or comment? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
F, Larry Mayfield to the Green River Regional Industrial Development Authority Board, term 12/31/2017 to 12/31/2021.
Motion approved. Second.
I have a motion and second. If Helen is the old girl, Larry is the old guy. Larry has served since the inception of this industrial park. It's called Bluegrass. No, this is different. This is Bluegrass, since the inception of Bluegrass Crossing. And Larry does an excellent job, has served as chair for many years, attends all the meetings, and it's unusual for us to have someone serve 5 terms consecutively, but in this case, Larry does such an outstanding job, and he knows where all the skeletons on that industrial property is buried, so we wouldn't want him to be any place else other than on the board. Any question or comment? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
3, consideration for discussion. A, other business to be brought before the Daviess County Fiscal Court.
And you have none, correct?
Correct.
Commissioners, let me just say this. This is the first year that we have gone an entire 12 months without having anything under other business. We've set a record. Next item.
B, public comments.
This is a time during our meeting in which we ask the public to step forward, identify themselves at the podium, and you're welcome to speak on anything other than what was on the agenda. Appears we have no public. Next item.
C, comments by Daviess County Fiscal Court.
Commissioner Coger.
Just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Commissioner Wathen.
Same thing. I wish everyone Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and just one little comment. I think we had an outstanding year, and proud that we didn't have to raise taxes, and we move on into the new year.
Commissioner Caslen.
Just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I want to thank you for your effort to not have anything this year in the other business, because that always annoyed me when we had stuff on.
Well, and we've talked about it. If it's not on the agenda, then someone who might, I mean, you have the opportunity to abuse it. You could hide
Absolutely.
controversial items under other business and have no one here.
Absolutely.
So I agree. It would be extraordinary circumstances that would have us put something else there. Jenny, you're grinning like a Cheshire cat over there. Is there anything you want to say? Oh, that's an excellent answer. Commissioners, again, I want to echo your comments. I want to wish everyone in our community a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. Commissioner Wathen, you're exactly right. So far, we're on track to have another good fiscal year. We're well within our budget. Revenues are coming in as we predicted, as that Mr. Scrooge treasurer we got over there is always squeezing tight. Everybody thinks that it's one of us that says no. It's actually the treasurer or the county attorney. I mean, we serve at their pleasure, right, Commissioner? So I do wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Be safe in your holiday travels. Lord knows that we've had some very tragic accidents in this community over the last 12 months. Commissioners, on January the 4th will be the State of the County. You're all invited. You need, I think, to tell Jenny so she can get reservations for you. That evening will be the first meeting of the new year. And what I would like to do is to have you consider perhaps moving that January 4th meeting earlier in the day, perhaps at noon again or at 1 o'clock. I know a couple of folks have some things that need to be done that evening, and this just would make it more convenient. Any Any objection first to moving it?
Works for me.
Commissioner Wathen, did you have a time frame you were thinking about?
12 or 1 would work. If we're trying to choose between the two, we might as well go for 12.
Why don't we do it 12, and that keeps it in line with this meeting, and we can have lunch again, and I don't want chicken salad. Whatever else is okay, but chicken salad we'll leave alone. One other thing, Commissioner, the other thing that you said, it brought to mind, you know, in another month to 2 months, we will be into budget session again, believe it or not. Doesn't time go when you're having fun? Jenny, you're smiling over there again. Do you have something? That's what I thought. You know, and I want to say a special holiday thank you to all the folks that work for Fiscal Court. They do an excellent job. I don't know how we could do our job if we didn't have those folks.
Amen.
So, if there's no other business,
Just
yes.
wants to do a plug for Panther Creek.
Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner. You want to plug Panther Creek Park?
Yeah, we still have lights, and a lot of people going through there and enjoying the ride. It's $3 a car through the 2nd, I think, of. I'm not sure when they stop. Now that I think about it,
It's the probably open through New Year's Eve. Is it this?
It'll be all the way through the 2nd because
Okay.
we
Is
won't
it
be,
the 2nd? I was
right,
saying.
because we won't be working the 1st or the 2nd.
Oh, that's correct.
No, it'll be through the 1st. You're right.
Okay.
It will
Yeah,
be through the
that's-
1st. We'll
that's
be
what
out
I
on the
thought.
2nd. They'll start
Okay.
taking it down. the
Anyway,
2nd.
it's a nice thing to do for the kids to. It's $3 a car. Can't beat that.
Don't go out there expecting, if you know somebody on Fiscal Court, to be able to get in free. I tried it last night. I had Commissioner Castlin with me, and they still made me pay $3. So it really is. It's excellent. They got some new
They
displays.
did a good job. Yes.
Ralston and Parks Department have done an excellent job. We also went to a Christmas vacation house out on 54 as well. They've got that neighborhood, Stone Creek Park, or Stone Gate, is really decorated nicely this year. So, again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Without, if there's no other business be brought before Daviess County Fiscal Court, without exception, we are adjourned.